How good is the Sony A7V in APS-C Crop Mode compared to Sony FX30, a proper APS-C camera? Let's find out. What's good, guys? My name is Oleg Nikitin, you're watching No Limits On channel, and I have to mention that I did use the same exact lens on both cameras. This is the Sigma 17 to 40mm f1.8. We had the same settings, and for each test I was changing the lenses, and throughout all of the tests I was using the same exact lens on both cameras. First, let's take a look at 4K 25 frames per second Sony FX30 on the left with the Sigma 17 to 40 at 17mm f5.6 in S-Log3 flexible ISO mode, ISO 800, the native ISO of this camera. Sony A7V with the APS-C Crop Mode, the same lens, same settings. On the right, we're using the HEVC-S 4K 25p 422 10-bit codec. And without zooming into 400% scale, it was hard to tell a difference, but now with 400% scale zoomed in, we can see that the Sony FX30 has slightly better image quality compared to the Sony A7V, because the Sony FX30 has the 6K sensor and it's downsampling the image to 4K, whereas in the Sony A7V, it's almost pixel-to-pixel readout in the APS-C Crop Mode in 4K. Now we're taking a look at 4K 50 frames per second, and on the Sony A7V we have the angle of view priority mode disabled, so it always has the full field of view and less noise reduction protocols. And once again, without pixel peeping, it's really hard to tell the difference between those two images, and when we zoom into 400% scale, I can see slightly more details on the Sony FX30 on the left image compared to the Sony A7V in APS-C Crop Mode on the right. And now we have switched to 4K 100 frames per second. In this mode on the Sony FX30 we have an additional crop about 1.5–1.6x times. That's why we have not as wide field of view on this image. Plus we get slightly noisier image as well. That is why you have to be careful when shooting 4K 100 on 120 frames per second with the Sony FX30 or Sony a6700. But in terms of the image quality itself, when we match the scale and zoom into the footage, we have slightly better details still on the Sony FX30 compared to APS-C Crop Mode, which is an obligatory mode in the Sony A7V when you shoot 4K 100 frames per second. Now we're taking a look at the photos. Those are JPEGs straight out of the camera. On the Sony FX30 we have 24 megapixel sensor, and on the Sony A7V with the APS-C Crop Mode we have only 14 megapixels from 33 when you use APS-C glass. And without pixel peeping and zooming in, they both look more or less identical, but when we zoom in we definitely see more detail and resolution on the Sony FX30. It means that if you are only planning on posting your pictures onto the Instagram or different socials, the A7V in APS-C mode is more than fine, but for printing out I would still pick the Sony FX30 or the Sony a6700, which actually has the mechanical shutter, by the way. Now let's take a look at the rolling shutter performance. I'm using two different lenses but set to the same focal length, 35mm, APS-C mode on the Sony A7V, and as you can tell, guys, these are just the identical performances in terms of rolling shutter in those two cameras. Now let's compare the steady shot performance. We have A7V on the right, FX30 on the left, steady shot active on top and steady shot standard on the bottom with the Sony 20-70 f4G lens, and the Sony A7V is showing better results in my opinion. Now let's take a look at the Sigma 17 to 40mm, a third-party lens, and we have slightly worse results with third-party lenses than with native Sony lenses in terms of stabilization, but still Sony A7V is showing better performance even with a third-party lens. And right now you can see the Sony A7V in dynamic active steady shot with the Sigma 17 to 40 on the left, and the dynamic steady shot active with the Sony 20-70mm on the right. And the Sony FX30 simply doesn't have a dynamic active steady shot mode. Also, guys, do not forget that the Sony A7V continues to use autofocus in terms of the eye autofocus when you use clear image zoom functionality, whereas on the Sony FX30 if you use clear image zoom you are losing eye autofocus and only relies on the contrast-based autofocus, which is a little bummer, but I think all the future APS-C cameras from Sony will have this capability, let me say. And finally, guys, let's take a look at the low light performance. Right now we're using the second native ISO of the Sony FX30 2500, and we're still using the same settings on both cameras, same lens, etc. 400% scale, 4K 25p, ISO 2500, really similar performances, very close. I would say FX30 is slightly better. The second native ISO of the Sony A7V is 8000 ISO, and when we zoom into 400% scale we can tell that the A7V has less pronounced noise and less aggressive noise reduction, at least I see it from my screen. Maybe on YouTube it will appear slightly different. And finally 25600 ISO on both cameras. Also take a look at the color difference. I would say that the colors from the A7V are holding up better, and when we zoom into 400% scale I would say that the Sony A7V is holding up better in terms of high ISO performance. And finally, the 4K 100 frames per second with an additional crop of about 1.5x on the Sony FX30, and in this example, I would definitely say that the A7V looks a lot better, so if you are using those cameras in lower lighting scenarios, the A7V will give you slightly better results. To conclude, guys, I think that the Sony A7V is not only a super capable full-frame camera, but it's also a great APS-C camera for video. For photos, I would still say that the 24-megapixel pictures are more preferable compared to 14-megapixel images, so I would use full-frame glass for the Sony A7V if you plan on taking pictures, but for video or for getting extra reach from your lenses, for example, a 20-70 lens can become a 20-105 lens with really decent image quality in 4K, even in the APS-C Crop Mode, I think that the Sony A7V is ticking all the boxes. And how often do you use APS-C Crop Mode on your Sony cameras? Please let me know down in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like and subscribe buttons and hit the notifications bell. And right here I have a full in-depth comparison of the Sony A7V, A7 IV and A7S III. I'll see you in that video, guys. Take care